Man, this is one of those things where when it rains it pours. I had it was almost a nightmare when you realize the possible blessing, but the neighbor was nice enough to cut some of it off of this fence and off of this light pole to see what was damaged over here. And we have plenty of firewood if we have to be here during the winter, because they're sure gonna freeze us out. But I'm sure banking on my out date, as far as the farthest date I'm looking out right now is August 13th. But it really could be any minute in between now and then, especially with Egypt firing on Israel, and then Israel killing 4 soldiers of theirs. That's huge. And then North Korea launching a ballistic missile and hitting Okinawa, and just happened to hit their Patriot missile. So it's definitely escalating to where it could happen really quick. So what we have here, I wanted to update everybody about what's going on, this is where our meter box was. This is where our meter box is now. As you can see, it's one of those wireless meter boxes. So it runs up into there, which is held down by a bunch of vines, and the rest of it is this wire that's going up through the trees right here, all the way up to the power pole. What they are telling me at the electrical company is they won't even have lights out here for several days. Nobody will. And we can't get lights because we're responsible for this. Like they say, we have to put this back up. They only run power to the pole. Then an electrician has to run it to the meter box. All I've ever done is like meter box down. I don't know how to get all this weight off this line. I mean, there's no telling what this line weighs going up to that power pole. So, I mean, it ain't something I can do. I mean, if it was just putting the meter box up, if the power company come and put their meter up and I just did the meter box, that'd be one thing. But we're gonna have to have an electrician do all this. That guy said at the low end we're looking at $700 or $800 just for this. Not to mention all of this wood. I've never run a chainsaw in my life, but I'm willing to learn. But we don't even have a chainsaw. I'm still waiting on disability. I'm in 2 knee braces because they say I need 2 knee replacements, and they even got a second opinion. And then I need back surgery again and neck surgery. So I'm waiting on disability to approve. This is my second go around, so Jesus will get me out one way or the other. I could get that disability at any time, or the dollar could crash at any time, and all y'all could join me without electricity. But as of the way it's looking right now, we're not going to have electricity again in this world. But it'll sure be electrical in the next. But it was easier for me to show y'all and tell y'all rather than just to type it out. Talk to y'all later. Alright, I'm going to add to this because I know someone's going to ask about homeowners insurance. We live in a late 60s models double wide. It did have aluminum wiring in it. Some of it's been rewired. Some of it has been rewired using just extension cords. We've got hung LED lights around. We've got plywood floors. We don't have indoor plumbing, but we do have running water now indoors. We need a new septic tank is the reason we don't have indoor plumbing, and there's no way for them to get to the septic tank because our home sits right here, and then the home next to us sits right where that meter box was I was showing y'all, so there's no way for them to get to the backyard. So we can't get homeowners insurance. The neighbor is not going to tell me who his is. So now that I know that, I don't know what to do with that. As an insurance adjuster for so many years, and in catastrophe situations, especially in catastrophe situations, a lot of times you had hot tempers and people didn't want to share information. And we would tell our insureds when they'd tell us, hey, they won't tell me who their homeowner's insurance is. And we would tell them, well, you go ahead and file it under your insurance, and then we'll go into mitigation and get your deductible back. And that's the way it worked. That's what we have attorneys for. Was just part of the job. But I'd never ever been hit with the question of what do you do if you don't have an insurance company and they won't tell you who their homeowner's insurance is. I mean, it's not like you could call the cops, I wouldn't think. I mean, because it's not in any way a criminal matter, it's a civil matter. So I'm not sure what you would do other than maybe make a complaint to the insurance commissioner's office. But either way, we don't have lights.